Very first thing I want you to learn as a blue belt when you're heading towards getting your purple belt is the sport style, or what I typically call competition style swing. So what I taught you already is bend, snap, bend, snap. This one is much more of a round motion. So what I'm looking for is it to be more like a J, all right? That's how I teach the snatch too. It comes down and then arcs and comes up. So the motion is actually, as it's coming down, my hips come forward a little bit. I touch my forearm, whatever, to around my hip bone as my knees bend a little, and then it's a rolling motion into the backswing. Then I'm bending my knees, coming back down, and I'm extending it out. And that'll build right into the next stuff we're going to go over, which is like cleans and eventually right into snatches. This is the one that I would want you to use if I was teaching you competition. And the reason is you can be much more fluid with it, so you can do more reps over time. The more bend snap, that's much more like a deadlift or something like that, where I can go really heavy, but I'm not going to be able to do 120 reps in 10 minutes or something like that, which we want you to be able to do in the more competition setting. Again, I think it's harder to learn. The timing of it it's going to take time. All right, for you to really get the timing down for that fucking exercise. Because it really is counterintuitive to connect here. This is a hard thing for people to figure out. Everybody wants as it comes down to bend here. This is not what I want. I don't want the space between my hip and my fucking arm. I want them to be connected. So then I come down, and it's like the bell is a part of me. My arm is one part of me. It doesn't move at all through the actual swing motion. Boom. It just floats up from the end, right? That little hip pop, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is going to make the bell float up into the air. The only other thing I want to point out is because this is the sport style one, I don't care how extended your arm is. I actually prefer that you let it bend. All right? So I want it to come up this way, and then eventually we're going to bring it into our clean. We're going to bring it into our snatch. It's here that we're looking for. Okay? Let me see if I can demonstrate that. Let's go this way. So here. Right? So it's clean. And eventually the snatch. And you'll see it stays pretty close to my body when I do these things. So I don't need a straight arm. Straight arm's actually counter of what I want, because then it's going to go, which is the opposite of what I want. I don't want it flopping over top of my arm. I'm going to want to control it on the way up. Anyway, we'll go over the snatch later. I just want you to understand what we're building into with this swing.